Welcome back to NBA Today. I'm Malika Andrews. I was not one of the 8,000 fans in Brooklyn Bridge Park on Sunday for the Nets practice, but those who were there, they got to see the Nets stars putting on a show. Twitter took notice of this airball from Ben Simmons.
I'm seeing Kyrie's not even dressed. Is he Kyrie First of all, that's not even his shot.
He just had a
I didn't even notice the shot until like.
And it's outdoors. Listen, in case you're not used to it, sometimes when you're playing out there, you know, the wind can move the ball 6 to 8 inches to the left, to the right. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Park, please.
Are you okay?
Nope. Nick Friedel asked Kendrick.
She's gone. She's done. Get it together.
Nick Friedel asked Kevin Durant how he could help get Simmons more comfortable than I am right now in the Brooklyn Nets offense.
I snorted.
I'm not here to be babysit anybody. Like, Ben knows that if he got a time to be aggressive, go be aggressive. Who gives a what you be making a message? You just like you being aggressive. And you tell me the same thing. So we always feeding each other that type of energy and encouragement from me, him, to Kai, to Cam, to Pat. Like, we always talking to each other about, look, we need to be more aggressive to look to score the ball. I mean, that's the name of the game, is putting the ball in the hoop. So when Ben is aggressive to get down here and look for everybody and then put the ball in the rim, it's going to be a plus for our team. So, but I don't have to tell him this every day. He knows what it is.
All right, so we can't add babysitter to Kevin Durant's resume, but we can add E40 impersonator to Perks. Ugh. All right, Zach, please help us. What is the best way for the Nets to get Simmons integrated into what they do offensively?
Time. Everybody needs to chill on like blacktop airballs and preseason games. Ben Simmons has not played a meaningful NBA game in almost a year and a half. And we're all sitting here fretting over, does he fit? Is it this? Just give them some time in real basketball games. It's not going to be that easy, even though they have a ton of shooting around him. The big question for the Nets is, can Simmons and Nick Claxton play together, two non-shooters? If they can't, how is Brooklyn going to be able to build a good enough defense to get where they want to go, which despite all the endless melodrama that we've been talking about for 2 years, is pretty damn far. If they can't play two non-shooters together because of Ben Simmons' limitations and Claxton's limitations, it raises a lot of questions over how can this team defend well enough to get that far.
Yeah, I don't have so many worries about playing both of them together because they're in different areas of the court where you can sort of hide someone in the corner, meaning if Ben Simmons brings the ball up, goes into a pick and roll, you just have to make sure Nick Claxton is in the dunker spot, which for those who don't know, that's the opposite block so that you can create some spacing. I think that it's more so like, you know, as you said, Zach, it's just time and not overreacting. It's going to be super easy to overreact to what you saw in preseason, but the fact of the matter is that it's been 478 days since Ben Simmons, as Zach said, has played meaningful basketball. That's not going to be easy to reacclimate yourself to. So I'm giving them a grace period of a few games to the start of the season to see what they're really made of and also like have that competitive fire which is required to play defense because defense is going to be their saving grace this year.
Kendrick?
Well, it's two things. Number one, they don't have that much time in the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference is stacked, and with the play-in tournament, every game means something, and that's why I love the play-in tournament. So we don't have a lot of time. And the reason that Ben Simmons is under a microscope is for the simple fact he put himself there. Okay, so when you talk about why we're scrutinizing his every move and why we're watching the preseason, because we haven't seen him play. Why we didn't see him play? Because he chose to sit out last season. And the last time that we did see Ben Simmons play meaningful basketball, it was disturbing to watch. So, yes, we want to see what Ben Simmons is going to go out there and do. We see all this IG posts, he's ready for the season and a new beginning and all this. Okay, cool. We're tired of hearing the talk from the Brooklyn Nets all across the board. Now it's about to show me. Show me what you're going to do because we are watching. I'm watching.
He's going to be fine. Will he be able to contribute what the Nets believe that he can't. That is yet to be seen, obviously, because he's had so much time off. But to Zach's point, defensively, I think he gives them a lot of different options. Like, he can defensively play the 5 against a lot of 5s. I don't want him against Joel Embiid, but there's a lot of 5s out there that he could guard. Whether you're like, let's take Boston, for example, with Al Horford or Williams. He can guard those 2 guys, in my opinion. So then it's just a matter of what you put around him in that space from a defensive standpoint. Offensively, I think it's going to be tough to have him in non-shooters because you see they can sag off of him and that will make it tough. I think there's a lot more dribble handoffs with him rolling. If he dribble handoffs with KD, you can't go under. If he dribble hands off with Joe Harris, you can't go under. Kyrie, you can't go under. So you look at all of these guys, you dribble handoff, and if you go under, that's a bucket. If you go over the top, they're now going downhill, and you got Ben now that can roll. And if you drop it to him, he can finish, or he can kick it off to the next guy. So there's a lot of options there that we're not going to see until we see a lot more basketball, but I have a lot of faith that those options are damn good ones. Okay.
Aside from that airball, I think Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets will be fine this year. That's assuming that they're healthy and that they actually want to play basketball. No trade demands, no sitting out. Everyone plays. This should be a decent team in the tough Eastern Conference. And I know we saw Ben Simmons just airball that shot, but he says he's been working on his jump shot and that he will take some in games on JJ Redick's podcast. But honestly, who knows with him? He could easily come into next season and not take a single one, and I don't think anybody would be surprised. But even without the jump shot, you got a guy that's a great defender, he can guard most positions, and on offense, he can take it to the rim and find open shooters. And the Brooklyn Nets have plenty of shooting. I would like to see him improve at least at the free throw line, because that's what started the whole mess in Philly. His confidence started getting ruined the moment they were hacking him late in games and he had to get benched. It all started there and it went downhill. But as always, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Do you think Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets will have a good season? Or do you think it's going to be more drama, sitting out, people requesting trades, and just an overall mess like the past years? And leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.